To see someone's true character, you don't need time. You don't need trust. You don't need words. You only need to notice two things. The first is how they react when they gain power. Power doesn't change people, it removes the mask. When someone feels superior, safe, or untouchable, their real self steps forward. Do they become kind, or do they become careless? Watch closely, respect for others disappears first. The second thing is how they act when they gain nothing. No benefit, no reward, no audience. This is where character either exists or vanishes. Do they still show honesty when no one is watching? Do they still show empathy when it costs them something? Most people fail here because pretending is easy when there's something to gain. People don't hide their character behind words, they hide it behind situations. Power reveals, nothing exposes. If you understand these two moments, you will never be confused by anyone again, because character isn't what people say they are, it's what remains when control and reward are gone. When someone gains power, something subtle but revealing happens. Power does not introduce new qualities into a person, it amplifies what already exists. The behavior that appears in moments of authority, control, or advantage is often the most honest version of who someone truly is. This is because power removes the need to impress, explain, or seek approval. When a person knows they can act without consequence, their instincts take over, and those instincts are rarely rehearsed or filtered. Watch how a person treats others when they feel superior. Not just in obvious situations, but in small, unguarded moments. When they speak to someone who cannot challenge them. When they make decisions that affect others but do not affect themselves. Power reveals whether empathy is a habit or merely a performance. Some people grow quieter and more responsible under power, aware of the weight they carry. Others grow louder, sharper, more dismissive, as if authority gives them permission to release what they were holding back. Power also exposes how a person views themselves in relation to others. Those who see people as equals will use power carefully, often reluctantly. Those who see people as tools will use it freely, sometimes recklessly. The tone of their voice changes, their patience shortens, their willingness to listen fades, respect becomes conditional. This shift is not accidental, it is a reflection of what they believe they deserve. Another clear signal is how someone handles mistakes when they are in control. Power offers an escape from accountability, and character determines whether that escape is taken. A person with integrity will own their errors even when they do not have to. A person without it will deflect blame or silence others to protect their position. The reaction to being wrong while powerful is far more revealing than being right while powerless. Power also reveals whether kindness is genuine or strategic. Many people are polite when they need something, but power removes need. When there is nothing to gain, kindness either remains or disappears. The way someone treats service workers, subordinates, or anyone dependent on them becomes a mirror of their inner values. These interactions are often dismissed as insignificant, but they are the clearest evidence of a person's internal hierarchy. Even restraint is revealing. Power gives permission to act, but character decides whether to act at all. Some people use power to dominate, to control conversations, outcomes, and emotions. Others use it to protect, to create space, to elevate those around them. The difference lies not in intelligence or skill, but in self-awareness. Power magnifies insecurity just as easily as it magnifies confidence. Silence under power is also telling. When someone has the ability to interrupt, dismiss, or override, but chooses to listen instead, it signals internal stability. When someone cannot tolerate disagreement once they are in control, it reveals fragility masked as authority. Power tests emotional maturity in ways that no other condition can. What makes power such a reliable measure is that it removes pressure, and without pressure, there is no need to perform. What remains is habit, impulse, and belief acting without disguise. When a person gains nothing from a situation, their behavior becomes quieter, but far more revealing. This is the moment where intention is stripped of advantage and action stands alone. Without reward, recognition, or benefit, most people unconsciously disengage. Effort fades. Attention disappears. What remains is not what they want others to see, but what they are naturally willing to give. Observe how someone behaves when there is no audience, when no praise follows their actions, when no favor is owed. In return, in these moments, performance loses its value and authenticity takes its place. Some people continue to act with care, fairness, and consistency, even when their actions pass unnoticed. Others retreat into indifference, revealing that their earlier kindness was conditional rather than internal. This absence of gain tests whether values are lived or merely displayed. It is easy to appear principled when there is something to protect or achieve. It is far more difficult when integrity offers no immediate return, when honesty costs time, when patience drains energy, when empathy demands effort without compensation. The true depth of character is exposed. Many people abandon their standards the moment those standards stop serving them. The way someone treats commitments that no longer benefit them is especially telling. Promises made in moments of enthusiasm are easy to break when circumstances change. When there is no penalty for walking away, character determines whether they stay or leave. Reliability without reward is one of the rarest traits because it requires self-respect rather than external pressure. Notice how people respond to opportunities to do the right thing when no one would ever know if they didn't. Returning what could be kept. Speaking up when silence would be easier. Offering help when it creates inconvenience rather than advantage. These choices are invisible to most, but they define the internal compass guiding a person's decisions. When there is nothing to gain, motives are purified. Attention shifts from outcome to principle. A person driven by image will conserve energy for moments that bring recognition. A person driven by values will act consistently, regardless of visibility. This consistency is not loud or dramatic. It is steady, almost unnoticed, and that is precisely why it is trustworthy. The absence of reward also exposes entitlement. Some people believe effort must always be compensated, that kindness must always be repaid. When those expectations are unmet, resentment surfaces. Others give freely, not because they expect something in return, but because giving aligns with who they believe themselves to be. Their actions are not transactions, but expressions of identity. Even patience changes when there is no gain. When progress is slow and appreciation is absent, frustration reveals whether someone is disciplined or dependent on validation. Those who require constant reinforcement lose momentum quickly. Those who are internally grounded continue forward, guided by purpose rather than applause. In moments where nothing is earned, nothing is owed, and nothing is seen, character operates without disguise. These moments are quiet, easily overlooked, yet they carry more truth than any public display. Because what a person chooses to do when it does not matter to anyone else reveals exactly what matters to them. When you learn to notice these two moments, confusion disappears. Power shows what a person becomes when they are unrestrained. Nothing shows who they are when they are unmotivated. Together they remove every mask, every performance, every carefully chosen word. You no longer need explanations, promises, or time. Character introduces itself naturally in these situations, quietly but unmistakably. And once you see it, you can never unsee it.